Good evening, learners. Our next lesson is about addition and subtraction of mixed numbers. On the board we have got an example of two mixed numbers, that is 2.5 and 3.25. So when you are adding mixed numbers, the first thing that you must do is that you change them into improper fractions or top-heavy fractions. So let's see how we can change 2.5 into an improper fraction. So when we are changing 2.5 into an improper fraction, you multiply the denominator by the whole number, and then you add the numerator, and everything will be over the denominator. So 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. So is 5 over the denominator. The denominator is 2. So this is plus. We do the same here. 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. So 13, everything is over the denominator, which is 4. So we've changed the two mixed numbers into improper fractions. The next step now is to find the LCM, or the lowest common multiple, of 2 and 4. So the lowest common multiple of 2 and 4 is 4. And then you bring down the addition sign. You then say, how many times does 2 goes into 4? It goes 2 times. So you write the 2 times next to the numerator, and then you say 2 times 5. The answer, you write it there, it is 10. You then say, how many times does 4 goes into 4? It goes once. So you write once, or 1, next to the numerator there, and then you say 13 multiplied by 1. The answer is 13. So now you say 10 plus 13, you get 23. Everything is over 4, which is the LCM. Now, because this is a top-heavy fraction, you have to leave it in its simplest form. So how many times does 4 goes into 23? It goes 5 times, and the remainder is 3 over 4. So you have finished adding 2.5 plus 3.25. So that is how you can add mixed numbers. Now let us see how we can subtract mixed numbers. We'll make an example. Let us say 8.5 minus 3.1/5. So even when we are subtracting mixed numbers, you start by changing the mixed numbers into improper fractions. So here we are going to say 2 multiplied by 8 is 16. 16 plus 1 is 17. So it's 17 over the denominator. The denominator is 2. Even that side, 5 multiplied by 3 is 15. 15 plus 1 is 16. Everything is over the denominator, which is 5. Now the next step is to find the lowest common multiple, or the LCM of 2 and 5. So the LCM of 2 and 5 is 10. Then we take the sign, you put it here, the subtraction sign. And then you say, how many times does 2 goes into 10? It goes 5 times. So you write the 5 times next to the numerator. Then what is 17 times 5? So 17 times 5 is 5 times 7 is 35. We carry 3. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3 is 85. So that is 17 times 5 is 85. And then we come this side now. How many times does 5 goes into 10? It goes 2 times. So what is 16 multiplied by 2 is supposed to be 32. So now you have 85 minus 32, which is 53 all over 10. 53 over 10. So this is an improper fraction. We have to simplify it. So how many times does 10 goes into 53? It goes 5 times into 50. And the remainder will be 3 over 10. So that would be your answer. So that is how we can subtract mixed numbers. So sometimes you find the term you have to subtract a mixed number and a whole number. For an example, if you are supposed to subtract 2.5 from 8, how do you do that? So every number is over 1. For an example, when you have 5 over 1, it is still equals to 5. So the same thing here, 8 as a whole number is also equals to 8 over 1. So what we are going to do here, we are going to write 8 over 1 minus, so change that 1 into an improper fraction. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. So it will be 5 over 2. So now we look for the LCM of 1 and 2. So the LCM of 1 and 2 is 2. We bring down this sign. So how many times does 1 goes into 2? It goes 2 times. 2 times 8 is 16. How many times does 2 goes into 2? It goes once. 5 times 1 is 5. So 16 minus 5 is equals to 11 all over 2. How many times does 2 goes into 11? 2 into 11 goes 5 times, and the remainder is 1 over 2. So that will be your answer, 5.5. So that is how you can subtract a mixed number from a whole number. Thank you.